good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your time zone. Welcome to my channel. My name is Ogbanje Joseph. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, share, like, as well as drop a comment on the comment section. So today we are going to be looking at mixed economy. Now, what is a mixed economy? A mixed economy is actually variously defined as an economic system consisting of a mixture of either or of either free market and economic planning through nationalization or economic intervention in markets, resulting in public property and private property. What have I said? What I've said is that in a free market economy, in a mixed economy, it is actually a mixture of capitalist economy as well as socialist economy put together. Okay? So now, in most cases, mixed economy refers to market economies with strong regulatory oversight and governmental provision of public goods. Okay, although some mixed economies also feature a number of state-run enterprises. So what we're saying here is that in a mixed economy, okay, you have the features of capitalist economy, that is free market economy, and also a feature of what, of socialist or command economy, running in pari passu within that system. So in general, the mixed economy is characterized by the private ownership of the means of production, the dominance of markets for economic coordination with profit-seeking enterprise, and the accumulation of capital remaining, remaining the fundamental driving force, okay, behind economic activity. So what am I talking about? What I'm saying here is that unlike a free market economy, the government would wield indirect macro economic influence over the economy through fiscal and monetary policies designed to counteract economic downturns and capitalism's tendency towards financial crisis, unemployment, and growing income and wealth disparities, along with playing a role in interventions that promote social welfare. Okay. Subsequently, some mixed economies have expanded in scope to include a role for indicative economic planning and or large public enterprise sector. So now let us look at it from this perspective, that in reference to post-war Western and Northern European economic economic models as championed by Christian Democrats and Social Democrats, the mixed economy is defined as a form of capitalism where most industries are privately owned, with only a minority of public utilities and essential services under public ownership. So in post-war era, European social democracy became associated with this economic model. So economies ranging from the United States to Cuba have been catalogued as mixed economies. So the term is also used to describe the economies of countries which are referred to as welfare states, such as the Nordic countries. So governments in mixed economies often provide environmental protection, maintenance of employment, a standard welfare system, and maintenance of competition. Okay, so as an economic model, mixed economies are supported by people of various economic persuasions, typically center left and center right, such as social democrats or Christian democrats. You know, supporters view mixed economies as a compromise between state socialism and free market capitalism that is superior. Okay, that is superior net, that its superior net effect to either of those. So around the world, the most prosperous countries with the highest average standard of living tend to have mixed economic system with democratically elected governments. Okay, so those are the things. Now what we're going to be looking at now is the features. What are the features of a mixed economy? Now a mixed economy is defined by the coexistence of public and private sector. Now, the specific mix between public and private can vary significantly from one mixed economy to another. However, based on the respective natures, the private sector is subservient to the public sector. Private exchange can only take place where the government has not forbid it or already assumed the role. So in a mixed economy, okay, in a mixed economy, there is actually a mixture or a mix between free market and command economies. The free market is most closely associated with pure capitalism, and a command economy is most closely associated with socialism. Mixed economies with state supervised markets are most related to fascism in the economic sense and have several common features. What are the features of a mixed economy that we talk about? Number one is resource ownership. In a command economy, all resources are owned and controlled by the state. In a mixed system, though private and individuals are allowed to own and control some, if not most, of the factors of production, free market economies allow private individuals to own and trade voluntarily all economic resources. Okay, now number two is state intervention. Government intervention and political self-interest play a key role in mixed economy. So this intervention can take many forms, including subsidies, tariff prohibitions, and redistributive policy. Some of the most universally applied mixed economic policies include legal tender laws, monetary control by the central bank, public road and infrastructure projects, tariffs on foreign products in international trade, and entitlement programs. The next is changing economic policies. Now, one important and an understated feature of a mixed economy is its tendency for reactionary and purposeful economic policy changes. Unlike in a command economy where economic policy is very often directly controlled by the state, or a market economy where economic standards arise only out of spontaneous order, mixed economies can go through dramatic changes in the rules of the game, so to speak. So this is because of the changing political pressures in most mixed economies. An example of this can be seen in the aftermath of the Great Depression, when most governments moved to regulate tight control over financial markets and central banks lowered interest rates. So one question we have to ask ourselves is, are countries, are states strictly capitalist economy or command economy? I think most countries of the world today are actually practicing what is known as mixed economy, because even the even the great capitalist countries of the world today are actually introducing, bailout system. They are introducing welfareism into their system. And so to that extent, you can say that, look, there's no country that is completely capitalist oriented and completely socialist oriented. In most cases, what you have is actually, a tinge of mixture of the two economic system. So most countries of the world today can actually be characterized as mixed economies because, of course, there is government interventions, several interventions of both the central bank, the government in general, in the economic system of most countries of the world today. So even in Nigeria, we can say tacitly that Nigeria practices a mixed economic system. So I don't know of your country. What does your country practice? Looking at where the commanding height of the economy lies, does it lie with the people or with individualism and particularism? Or does it lie with the state? Or there's a mixture of both the state and, the individuals actually playing, okay, in the market system? These are questions you need to ask yourself. By the time you can locate where the government is and where the individuals is and how they are actually collaborating and cooperating to actually make the economic system work, that is where you can actually answer the question. Thank you very much.